Gas prices surged to above $4 a gallon, near a national record. Oil prices surged to a 14-year high, while gasoline prices jumped past $4 a gallon to near a national record, as the U.S. and its allies discuss potential restrictions on the purchase of oil from Russia after the country invaded Ukraine. Russian oil has so far been spared Western sanctions, at least directly, in an effort to minimize economic fallout in the U.S. and Europe. But the prospect of that changing briefly sent the price of Brent crude oil, the global benchmark, above $130 per barrel, its highest since 2008. Brent was trading at around $124 a barrel in late morning trade. We are now talking to our European partners and allies to look in a coordinated way at the prospect of banning the import of Russian oil, Secretary of State Antony Blinken told CNN on Sunday. That's a very active discussion as we speak. The spike in energy prices comes as consumers in the U.S. are facing the highest inflation in decades. Gasoline prices had already been rising sharply before Russia's invasion of Ukraine, as demand rebounded from a slump early in the pandemic and supplies were slow to catch up. But price increases have accelerated since Russia invaded Ukraine late last month. Gasoline prices have jumped by 45 cents a gallon in the last week, to a national average of $4.06, according to AAA. That's within a nickel of the all-time high of in 2008. Adjusted for inflation, the 2008 record would be the equivalent of $5.37 today. Diesel fuel prices jumped even more rapidly, to a national average of $4.61 per gallon. I seen diesel last week for $4.79 and it was a sticker shock for sure, said Monty Wiederhold, an independent trucker based in Lebanon, Ohio. He typically buys 170 to 200 gallons at a time, and said he's going to have to raise the $750 limit on his fuel card. Wiederhold has a fuel charge built into his trucking rate, which is updated weekly. But with prices soaring more than 60 cents a gallon in the last week, it's hard to keep up. We're being squeezed, he said. If you adjust it and then it takes a big jump, you run that week to where you don't recover. Oil prices could gain even more. How much higher energy prices might climb depends on what form any sanctions take and what additional supplies become available to replace any lost exports from Russia. The U.S. could simply refuse to buy oil from Russia, but if other countries continue to purchase it, there would be little effect on global supplies and upward pressure on prices would be limited.